In a peaceful village in ancient India, a young farmer named Dev lived a simple yet content life. He was hardworking and kind-hearted, but he had one flaw: he did not believe in fate. He often said, "A man makes his own destiny. Fate is just an illusion." One day, a wise old sage arrived in the village. He was known to travel far and wide, sharing his wisdom. Dev, always curious, invited the sage to his home and said, "Baba, people say that fate is written in the stars, but I believe that with hard work and intelligence, we can shape our own future. Am I not right?" The sage smiled and replied, "My son, both fate and effort play their roles. But some things, whether you believe in them or not, will happen as they are meant to." Dev laughed and said, "If that is true, then tell me my fate." The sage closed his eyes, remained silent for a moment, and then said, "You are destined to become a king one day." Dev burst into laughter. "Baba, I am just a poor farmer. I have no wealth, no connections, and no army. How can I ever be a king?" The sage simply smiled and said, "Time will reveal all truths." With that, he left, and Dev dismissed his words as mere fantasy. But fate had already begun its work. A few years later, while Dev was working in his fields, a group of royal soldiers arrived in the village. They carried an urgent decree: war had broken out in the kingdom, and all able young men were to be recruited into the army. Despite his reluctance, Dev had no choice but to go. And so, the simple farmer became a soldier. Over time, Dev's courage, intelligence, and honesty made him stand out. He fought bravely, winning battle after battle, and soon, he became one of the king's most trusted generals. One fateful day, the kingdom was attacked by a powerful enemy. A fierce battle ensued. One by one, the king's closest allies fell, but Dev did not give up. With his strategic mind and fearless heart, he led the army to victory, capturing the enemy's ruler. As the battle ended, the dying king of his own land took Dev's hand and said, "Dev, you are not only my bravest general but also the most honorable man I know. I entrust my kingdom to you." And so, the man who once doubted fate became a king himself. As Dev sat on the throne, he remembered the words of the old sage. Only now did he understand their meaning. Hard work is important, but some things are beyond human control. Fate has its own path, and those who stay true to their hearts will always reach their destined place. It is easy to deny fate, but understanding it is wisdom.